Right, good afternoon. It's Friday today, the 19th of November 2021. This morning I had another practice battle with my buddy Nick of Medieval Wargaming. After which I had some lunch and then I went for my customary daily stroll. And would you believe it, my stroll took me to the local game store. And unbeknown to me, they were having what they call a Black Friday. Apparently it's not really Black Friday until next month, next week, a week today. But they're having two Black Fridays. They're having one today and one next Friday. Well, actually they're having weekends, so it's today and tomorrow and next Friday and Saturday as well. So 4 Black Fridays, and if that makes any sense, it doesn't to me. But the main thing was, everything was 25% off. So I've been humming and hawing about the core books for Warhammer and the codexes for the Space Marines and Necrons. Originally it was going to be a 20% off, but with this Black Friday, whatever it is, I've got myself 25% off. So I pulled the trigger and I've got the core book, and this thing is a monster. It's a big heavy book, it's thick, it's in one of these fancy tabs. You know it's a posh book when it's got one of these. I'll try and I'll have to go around the camera to do this, otherwise I'll kick it. Go to the back and try and work out how many pages there are in this. Again, there's the usual, if my hand wasn't in the way, there's the usual artwork taking up a lot of pages, and there are 367, so we're talking about 370 pages, something like that. The whole thing, 370, 372. Now this thing's got all the, I'm sure you can see this, pull my camera across and just come out a little bit, I don't want it to be too far away. Right, bear with me, right, that looks a bit better. This has got all the fluff, and it's the stuff that I really need to read. Indomitus is the new age, and I think that was the name of a box set they released about a year ago. I haven't got that, and I don't even think you can still get it now. I think it's sold out. So we've got our contents. We've got the rules. Well, I've already got a mini rule book, so that section I already have. But if I come round here, let me have a look. I don't want to put shadows on it. We've got Dark Imperium, the Saga Imperium, Warriors of the Emperor, the Lord and the Damned, and so on and so forth, all the way through. And then it gets into the Warhammer 40,000 hobby, which is pretty much standard. We've seen all this type of stuff before. And the pictures, how to paint them, paints you can buy. They're not trying to flog you or anything, of course. The core book, all the bits and pieces, some figures there, Space Marines and Necrons, and some dice. And this what we've seen before in the... But then we move on to the different factions. So we've got the Dark Imperium. And this is a... Let me show you. This is a fold out, but on this side is... No, I don't know if you're in shot, let's have a look. There's a big map fold out, so you can see the map, and there's another Holy Terror, etc, etc, blah blah blah. All that lot there. So that folds up, that's a nice neat little thing. And it carries on the Imperium Sanctus. I don't know what any of this means, But that's, you know, that's... Are you still in shot? No, not properly. Let me get you back. The Imperium Nihilus, the Emperor of Mankind, and so on. I've got to read all this to get me fluff. Angels of Death, Warriors of the Faith, and so it goes on. Inquisition, Perils Unknown, and I'm just gonna flick through for a few pages. Age of Darkness. I'm flicking through lots of pages. Obviously, great artwork scattered through it. Warriors of the Emperor. So we're coming on to the armies of the Imperial, etc. Adeptus Astartes. The ones I'm collecting. Then you get all the different coloured units with all the different uniforms, which is quite nice to see. And it gives you a bit of an insight into each one. More maps. And again, it goes on, and it doesn't just cover the Space Marines, it covers everybody. Forces of Chaos, the Traitor Legions, and then we move on to the other races. And it goes on and on and on, and there's loads of artwork. Then we've got the rules, which I already have in that smaller booklet, but it's nice to have it in there as well. More photographs, more information, all stuff I need to read up on. And we're still going strong. Terrain tips, match play, scenarios, and so on and so on. We're going through it all. So this book is, I've got to say, it's pretty impressive, and at 25% off, I had to pull the trigger. So that's that one. So I'll move it out of the way. And of course, while I was there, I picked up, well, I'll show you them both, the codex for the Space Marines and the Necrons. So now I can go into more detail about each of these races. The main core book gives you a basis, but these books go into far more detail about each of the Space Marine factions. Again, we've got these colours, all sorts of stuff in here, and also the Necrons. This is a thinner book, although it was the same bloody price, but the Necrons, again, it's telling us about them. So, stuff I need to know because I'm playing these games. But the big thing about these is they've got all these unit cards at the backs. Space Marines have as well, so as these. So I can read up what type of stuff I need. Because I don't know one from the bloody other. So these were a must. So I've now got my two codexes for the two races that I'm playing with. But, of course I was in there, wasn't I? And also, of course, still at 25% off, was Combat Patrol. This is the Space Marine Combat Patrol. So we get lots of Marine infantry figures. These guys are on stands. And we've got a grav tank. I'll turn the box over. You can see better what's in there. If I zoom in a little bit. We'll go to the top. So we've got Suppressor Squad. These are the guys who were flying with some massive chain gun things. We've got a lieutenant in Phobos armour, whatever the hell that is. Infiltrator squads. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 10 of them with a leader. We've got the grav tank thing, an impulsor, and we've got an eliminator squad which looks like it's snipers as well. So that's the Space Marines Combat Patrol, and of course we've got the Space Marines. I've got the Necron Combat Patrol. These boxes are still in shrink. I haven't opened them, and the books were in shrink as well. But I did open them to have a quick look. So I knew I'd kick the damn bloody tripod. You're right, Curtis. It is me. So we've got more figures, but this time we don't seem to have your basic Necron warriors. At least I don't think they are. I think these are something different. And we've got a flying machine there. So let's have a look on the back. And we'll go up to the top again and zoom in. So we've got this thing, a night scythe with bloody great cannons on it. Although I think you can use it as transport as well. We've got an overlord who's carrying some sort of orb or something. We've got a section of, come down a bit, a section of 5 immortals. They look similar to the others, but they look a bit meaner. And then we've got these 3 things, tomb blades, which I assume fly because they're on stands. And finally, across here, we have some death marks, and they look pretty grim as well. So, yeah, I think I pretty much expanded my forces. So, but at 25% off, I wasn't going to say no. I mean, I would have probably had to buy these at some point in the future anyway to keep expanding my armies. And this gives me a load of units, well, so does the other one, a lot of units I don't currently have. So, again, I mean, I'm increasing the size of my armies, but also increasing the units I have, so I can swap out some units and put in other units. I was told that this flying machine was probably not really suitable for the smaller type actions, that even though I've got quite a few figures now, it's still small in comparison to what you do. And this flying thing, same as that tank, that flying tank in the Space Marine set, is probably not really suitable for what I'm doing yet, but they're nice to have, and I'm quite looking forward to painting them up. So I might not be able to use them initially, but you know, who cares, they're in, and I'll paint them, build them and paint them, and when I can get to use them, I'll use them. So that's the result of my walk to you know, my exercise for the day. It was bloody exercise as well, carrying them 3 bloody books home. I'll tell you, my arms was dropping off. These wets are bad, but them books are bloody heavy. So I've got a lot of reading to do. And eventually, but of course, I've left them in shrink. I haven't taken them off the shrink. They're still, as you can see, they're still sealed up in shrink. There's no point, because I've still got my second core set to build yet, before I get anywhere near any of these boys. But I always like to have things in, because if they're in, they're in. And the way these things sell, especially Games Workshop, they're there 1 week, and then they're gone. So if you've got them and they're in storage, they're there for when you're ready. So that's the way I look at it. I've got them now. They're paid for. Cash it out the way, sorted. And I saved 25%. You could say, well, you didn't really. You've spent 75%. But it depends which way you look at it. But I look at it from the optimistic point of view, glass half full. I've saved 25%. I will ignore the 75% that I did spend. Okay, that's it. That's the update. The force continues to grow, as does hopefully my knowledge with these books as well. So thanks for watching, and I'll speak to you in the next one. Bye for now.